Hey, Zombro fans, Ross and Twins, I'm back here for another wonderful Zombros edition, episode 51, and I'm joined here by my wonderful co-host, Matt, or MC Sports Talk.
Yo, what up?
Not much, and my other wonderful co-host, Johnny J25.
How's it going, everybody? I hope you guys are having a great time out there.
Woohoo! And we are finally settled in, moved into our new lives as the next school year starts, or real world for Matt. Oh,
you went there, you son of a bitch.
So let's get to our first
fuck
question.
that.
Oh my god.
What were your impressions of the Infinity Ward reveal? What you liked most, what you didn't like most, and how it was handled? Get into it. It was an explosion of information this week.
John, why don't you take it first? Because I know you're going to give the more professional opinion.
I think you need to take it first.
All right,
I
well,
want to know
let
what
me
you
tell
have
you what
to
I
say
think
because
about
you were the
this.
one that you got to go on a field trip. Reed and I were in a Skype call watching from the sidelines.
Okay, yeah. I wasn't even thinking about
this
that
sucks.
reveal. It was cool. I thought it was really cool. I mean, obviously, when you get the package, you're going to be like, oh my god, this is the coolest thing ever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was really cool to be able to go and do that. I guess technically we're one of the first in the world to see the actual trailer. We went into GameStop with this VHS. Right when they opened too, we were waiting outside for them to open. And she's like, oh, you're the guys we're expecting. I was like, wait, you're expecting us? What the heck?
Easy.
So she's like, yeah, they shipped us a VHS player just so you could play the video. I was like, what the fuck? Okay. So he played the video. It was pretty sweet. As for the actual game, I'm intrigued. I'm not sold. There's a lot of people like, oh my god, this is amazing. This is great.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people that actually hate it because it looks cartoony and cheesy. And for me, I think it's a real carbon copy of Treyarch stuff that works, which is good because it's like a continuation of Treyarch, hopefully. But I also don't like it because it's like, damn, that's kind of shitty that they're taking all the best stuff from another studio and using it for their game. It just kind of has a bad place, a bad taste in my mouth for it. But the best part of the reveal, for sure, is Jay Farrow, my man, over here with the bumper cars. Fucking love it. Dude, I was just, that was the best 30-minute live stream from Call of Duty I have ever seen.
Oh my god,
it was
dude.
Fucking hilarious.
Oh, it was so cringy.
It was the most awkward shit I've ever seen, and Jay is the man, dude. I'm in the game, bitch. It was
Wait,
so
Matt,
great.
I want to know. So you have one box, and there's 5 of you. So who got all the gear? Who got the VHS? Who got the box? Or have you not
right
decided
now, it's all
that?
downstairs. I think we're going to divvy it up, probably. I really don't know. We haven't really talked about that too much.
That's already
Did anybody dress up in the full attire? I saw a picture of
Chucky,
Milo.
Yep,
He went to
Chucky did the
GameStop
whole
like it.
thing. Did he really? Yeah, Chucky, when we went to GameStop, he had all the attire on, which was pretty funky.
That's hilarious.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah, so.
I gotta say, I think I am sold. I said this earlier on the show. The one thing I wanted was for this game mode to have its own identity, and I think by giving it a new tone, I think that was the best way they could have done it. And I don't mind that it's a carbon copy of Treyarch Zombies because we knew that from the beginning. I forget who it was, but there was a press release that said it was basically going to be the same core gameplay. Maybe it's just because that's what I was expecting, but I don't mind.
Fair enough. I am very much of the same opinion that I'm excited. I'm reserved, just like I am with normal Treyarch games. Like, even Revelations, I still have my reservations of being like, it could be a shit show. Not likely. But, like, with every zombie installment, you have the chance of it just being garbage. But this is way more than I thought we were going to get. Initially, I was like, this is going to be something. I don't know how we're going to be able to make this interesting, make it fun, if it's anything like Extinction was again. And I think they did a good job with it. They hired some big-name actors for it all. I'm a big fan of Seth Green again being inside it. Hasselhoff is just funny. Pee Wee Herman as the bad guy. I'm curious what they're going to do with this storyline. They've done a lot already telling us the direction, setting up the stage for getting pulled into the movie screen, and now we're in the 80s. I like the fact that they even explain that the characters, like these actors, are normal before they get pulled into the movie, and then they take on the movie characters' stereotypes. And I was like, oh, that's another interesting touch there. Almost playing off of Treyarch where, they go crazy and they're stereotypical because of the experiments and whatnot. But there's actually something to the, suspension of disbelief in these games. There's a little bit where you could be like, oh, yeah, you set the rules for this world. All right, I'm in. I can do this. And I didn't see too much of them going back and forth breaking that. What I was worried about, though, was how much it looked like Exo-Zombies and possibly how easy the game mode might be, because they're trying to make it so you're constantly playing. Not in the sense that you're constantly moving like in Exo Zombies, but in this sense that you're not bored. I love the fact that they had that arcade. So after you die, you go into this arcade mode and you can earn your way back into the game. I think that's so cool. But what I don't like as much is the fact that after you die, you can go for like, $2,000 to get your entire loadout back. I think that's, doesn't help us at all. Oh my goodness. This is like craziness to me. That could be... normally the punishment for getting down, Matt, tell me about this. If you're on round 50 and you go down, shouldn't you have to spend 10,000 points to get your guns back and your perks? Not, a fraction of that to get it back in a second.
That along with the Afterlife arcade, I was like, they're putting too many gimmicky things in there to make it like, oh, this is cool, this is different, it's new, it makes you more engaged for the entire time. But I was thinking like, I might never die. That's like that's the whole lore of the game is surviving at the core, right? So for a player like Johnny and I, who are not the greatest players, we might never
Let me say, Matt. We
might never go down.
Throw back the Easter eggs. Throw back the Easter eggs for charity. When I had like 15 revives in the boss battle, you might die, but I'm not.
What are you smoking, dog? You went down 9 times in Shadows. Get the hell out of here.
Go back. Okay, Shadows.
All right,
Shadows.
You know what? Comments right now. Let's go. I want you to go back and get a count on Easter eggs for charity who went down more. I am promising you lost that battle.
All right, but total downs, but how about also total revives too? I think that's also another thing to keep track of because the team players are just as important.
All right, +1 for revives, -2 for downs. Who wins?
I love it. I love it. It's hilarious. Oh my god. I don't have to fight this because we just dominated.
You guys all up so bad.
Have we even talked about Easter eggs for charity on the show?
We should do that a little bit. I don't think we had a chance. Yeah. So let's get into that.
How the hell did you guys dominate this competition?
They had me. That's literally it.
I'm not
kidding. Like,
Go ahead.
Sam and Conway are good players. They're not the best players in the world, but they're very, very good. They're adequate at what they do. And me and Lex are good players as well. And I'm just a fucking nutcase when it comes to Easter eggs. I'm very good at that sense of being able to accomplish these tasks because I've done it so long. And the way we had it is we didn't practice that much, though. Like, as soon as the stream was over, a certain YouTuber was just like, it wasn't cool that we got swept. We shouldn't allow that to happen again. And just like, we practiced for maybe, we did 3 maps. We had 3 maps of practice. So we practiced Zetsubu, we practiced Go Red Crovey, and we practiced Shadows of Evil. And we had a little bit of Derizen Drak in there as well. But we had maybe 1 run in SOE. We had like 4 on Zetsubu, and we kept stopping after we got to a certain point. We get 20 minutes in the game and be like, all right, we got the Skull Assault set. We don't need to do the whole Easter egg. We know how to do it. We know the challenges. There's no point in wasting our time. We're just optimizing things. And Derizen Drak, we just played the intro, and I had a timer down, and we're seeing, all right, if we stay till round 5 and then we leave, how fast is it till we get our bows? 11 minutes? All right. Or I think it was 7 minutes. What if we do it at round 1? No, it's 11 minutes. So it was all about just optimizing things. And that's how we killed it, because even if we went down, we had like aftertaste on constantly. We had all the right gobblegum loadouts. And all this took maybe like 5 to 10 minutes of prep before you go into the match to be like, all right, you're going to do this, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, and here's some gobblegum loadouts. Try it out and be like, well, spend about half an hour doing that. And we did that for every map. And that's how we really just dominated it, where I feel like everybody else, the charity stream was just like, I'll show up.
I think, our team almost put up a decent fight because we beat you guys to the boss battle in DE. Yeah. And I think had we maybe been a little bit more successful, I think we could have taken that map. Maybe that would have changed the dynamic.
To be honest with you.
You didn't what?
No. We didn't think we were going to take that map. We thought we had SOE and GK in the bag.
And we also got a little bit unlucky with the challenges in
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that went into it. I think at the end of the day,
I'm not gonna name names, but somebody forgot to do their challenges.
Yeah, if you go back and watch, it didn't matter anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We were already behind.
The one thing I will say, though, is before we went into this whole thing, we were talking about, at the Z-House at least, we're talking about who would be the best pick to pick first. And they're all like, Frenzy, Codename Pizza.
I know.
I'm like, Codename Pizza's
Johnny
good,
J25.
but he does solo Easter eggs, and it's a lot different than playing with a team. And as we saw, that was true. And I was like, you guys are missing out. Reed is the #1 pick to pick here. The thing is, after the teams were over, I was like, there's no question Team Weebs is the team to beat. Everyone's commenting, Keem Ozov's team, Barry 2 is the best one, blah, 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 blah. I was like, you guys are wrong. These are the last place teams for sure. They don't play together. Oz's team has Milo, who takes forever to do things. Love the kid, but he takes so long to do things. And their team had never played together. You had Lag and Glitch and Queen and Milo that I don't think they've ever played together ever.
And Frenzy, yeah.
That's a really
so that's
random
like
assortment.
really. I was like, the chemistry is just not going to work there. It's not going to happen. It's a solid squad of players, but it's not going to happen. And then
the
Team Barry
timetables are so tight. Yeah, go ahead.
I was like, all UK, great, but I know John and Liam are going to joke around, and I think Pete's is much better as solo player than he is with a 4-player, from what I've seen. But I was like, this team, your team, has got a stacked team. Every single player on that team is good. They're going to have good communication. Reed knows what the fuck he's doing. Lex is a phenomenal player who's going to try his most hardest to get this team to win, which you guys did. Every day he's like, we got 45 minutes on this Easter egg. We have the best gobblegums for this Easter egg.
His gobblegums, his top secret gobblegums.
Yep, his secret gobblegums.
That was just funny. It was an ongoing joke, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So I mean, we did get.
Well, there was the one time we were trying to practice, and Chucky couldn't use his Xbox because I think it was in the middle of a high round run.
Yeah.
So he asked to use Lex's Xbox or his PS4, and Lex was like, "Oh hell no, you can't see my gobblegums." And then Lex had to go and change his gobblegums so that Chucky could use his PS4.
He's the only one.
And we sat there for 30 minutes while there's this ongoing debate on why Chucky can't use Lex's PS4.
It was pretty comical.
Yeah, that's too funny.
So I think to defend ourselves, we definitely had some unfair disadvantages with Shadows of Evil. We probably could have placed second. If we didn't get screwed on that.
Shadows of Evil was a bitch.
But yeah,
that was my worst map. I'll admit that.
If we get one place higher on that one and we take DE and not mess up the last boss battle round, because we were there first for sure. Oh well,
Like we could have taken a solid second place. I think
we could have.
We would never have won.
No.
Full week, you guys dominated.
Well, I mean, again, I want to talk about the other players as well because I don't want to count them out. Because Lex, as we've already complimented, but Sam was such a surprise to me that how well he worked because he was first to get Zetsuba Noshima, and he is just a great asset. Once he gets his rhythm, he gets it going. And Conway is the definition of proficient. He will always get the job done, and that's what you need in a 4-player Easter egg. Solo, it's different. But with what we have here in multiplayer, you just need to be able to accomplish your job and not forget things. And that was probably the biggest thing ever. I mean, the only mistakes we had, there was a couple hiccups here and there. The biggest one I remember that, because I got annoyed with it, but it wasn't a big deal at all. We didn't lose as much time. But when you're doing Go Rod Crovey, and you have the people get the egg done by round 9, which is amazing, but you put the egg in, you got to make sure people can go back to spawn before you put the egg in because it closes off the gate. Otherwise, you have 4 people sitting there twiddling their fingers while the other guys can be getting the trophies, finish the fuse step while all that's going on. Just really great. I just love what we were able to do with the speed runs, and we got that off a lot of the world record times, and we just manipulated how they reverse engineered really their strategies. And it was awesome to hear the feedback because everyone on the team had awesome saves. Everybody contributed to being like, oh, how about we try this? Oh, you know what? If I do this is great. And I think the best thing for GK, even though it was really close with everybody, but the thing that really, I think, helps us shave a lot of time off is no undead man walking. No need for it. It's awesome that we found that strategy to work out. That's why we thought we had GK in the bag, because we don't slow it down ever in the game.
Interesting.
Yeah, so
we were relying on undead man walking. That was our whole strategy.
Because we could not get that damn angler in there.
Yeah,
I really love the idea though of reverse engineering the world record runs. That's a clever idea.
That's what we did. I literally sat down in my free time and I watched each and every world record run, and I sat down marking out like, everyone uses Perkaholic, so we have to use On the House instead. So I sat down being like, all right, what did they do at this time? What is the Gobblegum loadouts? What do they do? And I just went through in my free time, and I was looking through all that stuff because I was really going above and beyond. Like, how could I optimize this? The other guys, they weren't doing that type of stuff. But since Lex was just like, we got to win this, I'm like, all right, Lex, I'll fucking check it out. And that's how I feel about this. And I
loved On the House.
Oh, yeah.
Game. That was great when you just, by chance, get all the perks.
It's amazing, and it's cool to see the teamwork of it. It's just so nice to see that. And Noah said it's going to be a yearly event. I'm so excited about it being a yearly event because we made over $103,000 for St. Jude's. That's just incredible.
But now we'll have to do the Infinity Ward Zombies Easter eggs.
Yeah,
who knows what they're like?
Probably insane.
Hard to say right now, but it should be exciting to see another E for C.
Yes. Oh my God, I can't wait for it. That was just such a fun time. We just everybody in general. Like I went, just the sportsmanship that was happening, like wishing each other, and so the, bad talking back and forth. It just that's the fun stuff of it. And hopefully next year we get a really better competition. We get something that's a little closer and everybody can laugh about instead of
2 weeks. I wonder if we expand it to more teams or
I think that's a good idea too. People are saying about
there
5 to 6
a lot of people who have been left out that
right.
easily could have competed and probably been better than me.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't done a single I did one Easter egg prior to this event, and that was with you, Reed. The one time you held my hand through Shadows of Evil,
I remember
6
that.
months ago.
Yeah, I remember that. I just love this stuff. There's something special about zombies. I've had a passion for so long, and this stuff clicks with me. I absolutely love the storytelling of it and just how fun it all can be. So,
one of the comments I saw on Reddit was some of these guys look like they haven't even done the Easter egg before.
Shocker.
And I was like, oh, that's me. That's me.
Yep. Yeah, that was it for sure.
No shame, though. It's just, they're not my thing. No. I'm not,
I don't blame you. I mean, it's not everybody's thing. It's solo gamers, and then there's multiplayer guys. I'm a heavy multiplayer guy when it comes to zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to loop it back to what we were talking about before, because we did have to address that, because that stuff is amazing. But for the Infinite Warfare reveal, I did want to comment about the level of care Infinity Ward has put into this so far has already blown me away. Because before, for Extinction, they made it up on the spot on a live stream for the second DLC. It was just really, really trash. It really showed they didn't care about the product they were pushing out, but charging us money for. Here, sending this to all these YouTubers, Charlie Intel, Mr. Dalek JD, Milo, Z House, who else was in there? There's a couple other ones. I think Ryan, Prestigious Key was in there. Noah J. Of course, Noah. I forgot about Noah. And this was just this beautiful Easter egg hunt happened in real life, calling up the local GameStops, finding all that stuff inside it, the secret tapes, all this. I love it. Getting perk jingles on a radio. Awesome. Just incredible way to start it off. Like Treyarch is so ominous sometimes that you lose out on this kind of experience. They should have did something like this. They used to do stuff like GK Nova. They had a case back in the day for Black Ops 1. They gave We the Gamers and Telixian and all and Carbon Fish, and that started getting some viral campaign. Like, what does this mean? What are these papers? Oh my God. And that stuff is fun. And I think that only helps Call of Duty as a whole. So we touched on it a little bit, but do you think this tone was correct? Do you think it was the right direction for us to go for Infinite Warfare Zombies? That they went away from serious zombies like Treyarch is this almost fantasy epic that's being told, where now it's just kind of like funky, groovin', fun game mode?
I like it, as I said before. And zombies to me is never really about... Well, that's not true. I like the horror in zombies, but I think I often ignore it, just the way I play. Mm-hmm. So I think a more fun game mode is better.
Interesting.
Okay. What about you, Matt? I know you still have your reservations.
No, I mean, I'm excited. Like I said before, I think it's great that it's not Exozombies and it's not Extinction. It's definitely much more like Treyarch Zombies, but I think they're trying so hard to take Treyarch Zombies and what works, like the box, the wonder weapons, the characters, the storyline, the Easter eggs, all these little things you can do in the game that are really cool that the fans have liked, and then try to do even more to the point where it's like, this might be too much, and you're also already copying pretty much word for word what has already been done. So it's like, kind of a bad taste to start. But I'm also excited to play it because I think it'll be more hype now. I think it'll be more widespread and more like people will want to see it. It's more like Treyarch Zombies, but in the same sense, it's like, damn, that's kind of shitty that you just copied another studio.
Right. And it's nice that it's not so polarizing. Like, we're getting to that point where we can try and get it to be less polarizing than it is already. You have people that like it, which is very few, or love it, let's say, that's very few minority, and just the masses that hate it because it's Infinite Warfare. And that's kind of unfair.
Or the masses that hate it because it's not Treyarch.
That's also true, too.
I think it's twofold.
Yeah, and that's why it's so big, and it's just depressing in that sense that we can't even give it a fair chance with this polarization. These trailers have done a really good job at bringing some of those people closer to the middle, which I think is the best place to be for these type of releases. Okay, so how do you think Dr. Monty's reveal will impact our game along with the other memory trailers that were revealed? We just got peppered with trailers these past couple of weeks, just coming in on us with the Oh, it was amazing. I loved it. So what'd you guys think of the Dempsey one, the Takio one? I think we touched a little bit on that like way back when. And then the Dr. Monty one. What is going through your heads now?
Well, it was cool to see Monty, but the disappointing thing about the Monty trailer was that every line in that trailer was recycled, or at least a majority of it.
Majority of it.
You could, which I'm happy we got the trailer. I would take the trailer any day of the week. But there wasn't anything new to gain from it. Maybe he does at one point equate the infinite to the Aether, which is an interesting idea, but beyond that, a little bit underwhelming.
Interesting. How about you, Matt?
Especially for a reveal, I would say.
Yeah,
Okay.
I gotta agree. It was like, wow, Dr. Monty in the flesh form. The two things that I think are so funny, and Jack pointed these out really well in his video, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Is one, he looks like Skinny Santa, which is so fucking accurate. And I was like, dude, that's hilarious. I can't believe you just said that. Second thing is they keep saying not actual gameplay footage as if we believe that it's going to be gameplay footage. He's like, we're going to pop into Revelations and have a one-on-one with this guy. Fuck, no, we're not. We obviously know that. So, I like you guys said, it was underwhelming. It was cool to see him. Glad we know what he looks like now. I'm sure we'll see him in the game as well. But underwhelming, for sure. It was just like, well, nice. He looks like a Skinny Santa.
I had this
There's nothing that he said that was like, damn, what now? You know?
Right. Okay. All right.
I had this idea, though. So they based his model off of Malcolm McDowell. And I was thinking to myself, oh, well, would have been a great video if I just made a video where I was like, this is what Dr. Monty is going to look like. Because I've done this before. Usually whenever they hire famous actors or famous voice actors, they model it off that person. That would have been a killer video to be like, I told you so.
All that for I told you, show. Classic John.
Yeah.
Nice.
Why not?
I don't know. I was whelmed. I was very whelmed by it. I don't think I was underwhelmed, but I was not overwhelmed. I think it was interesting to see the reveal, find that he is form, he has a form, but again, who knows what the perception is, and if he's this god being, can he project the form and all that? There's all these questions that are going to come
He's
up.
not the formless one.
That's right. That's what I'm bringing up. That's why I did
Maxis
think some stuff was interesting.
Is the formless one, so
that will
he
lead to
could
the
be
downfall. And I am absolutely Team Monty, absolutely supporting him through Revelations. I am so for him now, for many reasons I can't explain. But it is interesting to see that Maxis is probably going to be the problem in Revelations, which is interesting because that's a spin I didn't see coming, to be honest with you. So maybe it will.
Coming a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we've been trying to follow this all, but maybe the 115 delusions and everything, watering it down, and I don't know. We'll have to see how it plays out in Revelations to see if that's actually true, if Maxis is the bad guy or Monty's the bad guy. But that Cypher puts in perspective that the formless one will be their downfall. Maxis has betrayed us many different times in the past. Well, here we are again. Here we go again with the same old shit. So hopefully Monty will be the one thing that allows us to be happy. And who knows what they'll allow us to have in next Zombies. Treyarch very much could set up Zombies to be more just, continuing in our universes and whatever it is now. Something might happen, all right? We're going to have nice brackets and an end to a certain story, but there's a future ahead of us, which I'm excited for in Call of Duty Zombies.
Of course there's a future ahead of us, because by the time the comic comes out, we'll already have our brackets. There's so much to explore.
And I'm excited for it. I'm hoping we get new characters, though. I'm really done with our Fab 4 after this. Like, don't make me hate them. I still very much enjoy our characters. After Revelations, I don't want to see Tank Dempsey again except for cameos and stuff like that. Let's fall in love with a new group, all right? I like the Shadows of Evil group for the most part, minus Jackie Vincent. He kind of annoys the shit out of me because...
You mean Jackie fucking Vincent?
Yes, because of that. Every 4 minutes he has to say his name. But, Jessica, Nero, and the boxer. Oh, my God, I can't believe I forgot his name. Off the top of my head. Sorry, I forgot his name. But they all are interesting characters. I enjoyed how they're fleshed out. Mob of the Dead characters were fun for at least a one-off map.
The Mob of the Dead character.
I don't want them.
They probably would never come back, but I would love them to come back. If I had to pick a crew, it'd be them.
Oh, that's interesting.
Let's get the Pentagon crew back.
Oh, God.
We need more beans for the challenge.
Oh, my God. All right. And do you think Monty in any way is going to... Like, what do you see him doing? What is his role going to be in Revelations, do you think?
Well, I don't think
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think he'll be physically in the map.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll take the same role he had in Garage Crow V, where he's just kind of the voice.
Okay.
But I think he will take the wheel in some sense, where he will use his ethereal powers to affect wherever we are.
Ooh, interesting. So do you think it's less a... Oh, no, so you think almost blow for blow a Groff situation? Do you think that's going to happen? Because Groff could affect us in that map.
Yeah, I would. Do you mean Ascension?
No, I'm talking about Der Eisendrache, because we haven't announced it the entire time, talking us through an East.
Oh, Groff. I'm sorry. For some reason, when you said Groff, I thought Gersh.
No worries, it happens. At this point,
yeah.
there's so many crazy G scientists at this point. But seriously, like...
I would say yes, I do think it'll be like a Groff situation, except on our team.
Right on. Okay, well, that makes sense. I'm up for that. I think we're all up for that. All right. Now, the next thing is, do you think Infinite Warfare Zombies will have a lot of content that will carry us throughout the year? Do you think we're going to have the lifespan that Call of Duty Zombies has with Treyarch in Infinite Warfare? Or do you think we're just going to be on Black Ops mods as soon as possible?
Black Ops mods. Oh, God, I can't wait.
They do look amazing, to be honest with you.
They need to get here sooner.
Yes, they do.
They were supposed to be here by now.
No, they were never going to release before DLC 4.
I don't know. Their original timeline.
But that's just nonsense.
I know.
That's developer bullshit. That's like Final Fantasy. They finally announced the date. Then in the presentation, they announced it for like November 30th, right? And then they're like, "Oh, what's happening? What's happening?" And the date actually reversed, and it came out like 2 months earlier for September. And then like a week ago, they pushed it back 2 months again. And they're just like, "Oh," and they've been working on this game for 10 years. And it's like, God damn it. Square Enix, we don't care. Just, you had all the time in the world. Same with this. Treyarch, it's like, we know it's not going to come out before DLC 4. Don't lie to us. That's a hopeful wish.
Yeah. I think between the two games, between the DLC for IW Zombies and Black Ops 3 mod tools, I think we're going to be well off with the amount of content we have to post. I think the community will stay very much alive, if not grow even more. So I'm excited. I think it's going to be great for zombie players, zombie YouTubers, zombie community. I think it's going to be a very juicy old time.
I hope it's a nice place, too, that we can all start to... Well, not everybody's going to do this. Obviously, the game YouTube changes so much. But at least grow with our content. Our personalities can come out to shine. I saw that a lot with Z-House, and even Milo's trying that.
Yep.
And I think you start to build these wonderful personalities on YouTube that can make a difference. Like, those $100,000 we made for charity was not solely because we played zombies. It was because it was a good cause, and they liked these people that were doing it. So it's like, there's plenty of good causes out there, but because we do this and we care so much about what we do, I'm hoping we see a lot of that in the future facilitated through all this.
Agree, 100%.
Well, that was wonderful. Do you guys have any lasting thoughts for this episode of Zombros? Anything else you want to add?
I do. I have one thing. Last time I was here, I forgot because we had a little predicament with the recording. But this time I will not forget. Space Dog lives on, people. He will be in a map. I'm telling you now. I'm calling it.
Oh,
I'm going to make a map with
hilarious.
Space Dog.
Well, if we're in Space Land, it would only make sense to have a Space Dog.
Space Dog is forever living. You cannot get rid of
Infinity
him.
Ward is the studio that knows how to hit you in the right spot.
Oh my God, that would be ridiculous. If Infinity Ward's the one to do it, immortalize Matt's Space Dog.
Please, let's get some hashtag Space Dog down below.
Don't get it down below. Get it on Twitter. It won't go anywhere in the YouTube comments. All right, guys, get Space Dog trending on Twitter.
Oh my God! All right, John, you got anything else to add?
But that's pretty wishful thinking.
Yes, it is. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all had a wonderful time enjoying this episode of Zombros. We'll be back next Sunday for what we hope to be a live edition of Zombros. So we'll test that out. We'll do announcements throughout the week, and hopefully that will work out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have wonderful days. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Peace.